Fortnite and PUBG are the games that dominate the Battle Royale genre, but there is another, older game that doesn't get the same level of attention, or success, or money, or players. And this other game is going free to play. You may have heard of it. It's called H1Z1.
That is how you say it. As we discussed in a video a couple of weeks ago, H1Z1, or King of the Kill, or whatever the hell it's called at the moment, is the forgotten child of the Battle Royale genre. Battle Royale is a phenomenon that PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds burst into life in March last year, and it's a genre that Fortnite is now steadily taking hold of with its free-to-play offering. H1Z1 has kind of been left behind, and it seems like the game's creators are now trying to do something big about that.
H1Z1 Left Behind should be like one of the modes.
Probably already is, isn't it? What do you do in Left Behind? Just, hey guys! Guys, you forgot about me! That's the whole mode. You see, H1Z1 went free to play this week, just a couple of weeks after leaving early access. Announcing the move on Thursday, the game's general manager Anthony Castoro said, quote, "We are very excited to announce that H1Z1 will be free to play starting today. Not only does this decision allow us to share our version of Battle Royale and Auto Royale with even more players, but it signifies the next step in making H1Z1 a must-watch esport." Now, as Castoro mentioned in the quote there, the game recently got a new Auto Royale mode, which is Battle Royale but cars, and until this move to free-to-play, has been considered the game's main hopes of survival. So they've really pulled out the stops. It's left early access now. It's got a new mode, which is Battle Royale but in cars and stuff. It's a vehicle-focused mode, but still Battle Royale kind of rules. And now they're giving it away for free. This is like Hail Mary territory. This has all been in the last couple of weeks. Clearly desperate for players because the game has been forgotten, totally left behind in the race because PUBG and now Fortnite is just dominating the Battle Royale genre.
So you're absolutely right, left behind in the race. He needs to switch gears, he should catch up with the pack, and hopefully it's not left third on the podium. Next up in the news, EA's notorious, infamous, record-breaking Reddit comment assuring Star Wars Battlefront II fans it was all about the pride and accomplishment has been immortalised in-game. For some background, Battlefront players were furious in late 2017 at how long it took to unlock iconic Star Wars characters like Darth Vader. EA infamously responded on Reddit by saying, quote, "The intent is to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes." Well, those words have come back to haunt EA again with a new mod from creator Dari Devoki, who's applied the words pride and accomplishment in lovely Star Wars font to Battlefront 2's loot boxes on PC.
And naturally, this little protest/joke mod is not the first time that Battlefront 2 players have creatively defied EA within their own game. Remember when EA's Blake Jorgensen said the game's loot boxes weren't cosmetic focused because people wouldn't want to play using a pink Darth Vader? Well, of course, there's a mod that lets you do that now. Star Wars Battlefront 2's loot boxes caused shockwaves in the games industry, and you still can't actually buy them in-game. EA turned that option off before the game went live, thanks to all the uproar, and hasn't gone back to it since, although we can expect that to change pretty soon. Yeah, so there's someone's just written the words pride and accomplishment on the game's loot boxes on PC, something you can download if you want a little laugh every time you open the loot box. It says pride and accomplishment. Very nice font.
I think it's more to remind you what you're getting. It's not just the rewards and the prizes.
Yeah.
It's the pride and accomplishment you feel for earning like that, those randomly generated rewards. It's just something to remind you, to keep you grounded, to make you aware of what exactly you're achieving.
Yeah, it's not a joke.
And in other news, the awesome Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, released in August of last year on PC and PS4, is now heading to the Xbox One. Ninja Theory's game billed itself as a AA title and explored some pretty deep and complicated themes across its 6 or so hour campaign. Well, thanks to a listing by the Taiwan Game Software Rating Information Board and the Australian Classification Board, it seems Senua is now coming to Microsoft's platform. Nothing official has been announced, but the new ratings posted by 2 separate ratings boards probably means Sony is losing a strongly reviewed console exclusive to its main competitor.
This is a pretty big deal. Great coup for Microsoft. Maybe it was always going to happen. Maybe it was a timed exclusive. We don't know, but it seems like, again, it's not been announced, but there's 2 separate ratings boards in different parts of the world. They have both given the an Xbox One version of Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice a rating, which is required before it can go on sale. So there's 2 different ratings boards have done that. So that's, I mean, it's happening, isn't it? So Hellblade's coming to Microsoft's Xbox One, which is great news for Xbox owners. And in other news, God of War will not have microtransactions, okay? Pictures emerged online this week seeming to show the upcoming PS4 exclusive God of War with some kind of premium looking currency in-game. Of course, people immediately feared that this meant microtransactions, and the question was put to Sony Santa Monica and God of War director Cory Barlog on Twitter. Will there be microtransactions in the game, someone asked. No freaking way, Barlog said. Pretty clear.
But my question is, I wonder if microtransactions have been in the game.
Because it wasn't
clear.
It wasn't very clear. Yeah, it's left pretty ambiguous. Yeah, there's only 2 exclamation marks. So that raises some questions. Why didn't you go for 3? Do you know what I mean? Maybe he's not certain.
Of course, there's a new Call of Duty coming this year, and we've already reported a few weeks back that it's going to be a Black Ops game. And Activision are calling it Black Ops III, as in not how Roman numerals work, and more like how you'd mark up a tally on a prison cell wall.
Why have they gone for that? Why haven't they gone for like proper Roman numerals? It really does feel like they're just tallying them off. They're going, right, that's another one. And then the next one's going to have a big strike through it, because it's the 5th Black Ops. And finally in the news, acting legend and all-round excellent man Mark Hamill has thrown his hat in the ring to play the character of Vesemir in the upcoming Witcher Netflix series. Series writer and showrunner Lauren S. Hissarch shared a character outline of Vesemir on Twitter this week, describing Geralt's Witcher companion as fatherly, wise, sprightly, ancient, and a, quote, historian and keeper of secrets and tales and trials of the disappearing castle of witches who must face the fact that the world is changing outside Kaer Morhen's walls, and how will they change too? And when a fan responded that Mark Hamill sounds like a great fit for this character, Hamill replied himself saying, quote, I have no idea what this is or what it's about, but agree it could/should be played by me. Thumbs up emoji. What a nice guy.
Well, he's obviously looking for work right now, isn't he?
Yeah, desperate for money after those Star Wars films. I just think it's so nice. He's just gone, yeah, I'll do that. I like that he's just tweeted the writer themselves to go, you know what, I wouldn't mind doing it. The thing is though, I first thought maybe he's being sarcastic, like he's saying, I don't know what this is, but yeah, fine, whatever. Yeah. I'll do it. But he would be a great fit, because he would. His face is kind of a good fit, and he is a fatherly, wise, and sprightly, and a little bit ancient.
I am personally, and Star Wars spoiler
oh my God.
Coming up. He's obviously out of work for the next Star Wars.
Don't do it. Well.
So, I mean, the fan theories aside, he's probably out of work for the next Star Wars, so he's looking for a new job, isn't he?
Do you know
he
what,
needs a new
he
job.
might, he's kind of disappeared and he's become a ghost, but maybe he was a ghost through the whole movie anyway. You ever think about that? Maybe he was just chilling out. He was actually just like an apparition, and maybe he could go back to that in future installments of Star Wars.
You realise what you're saying, right?
What?
You like Star Wars and all,
yeah,
and
I do.
We get that, but he's dead, isn't he?
Listen, he'd be a good Vesemir though.
That's true. So H1Z1 has now gone free. Is that enough to tempt you into the game, or are you just pissed off that you've already paid for it and you won't get your money back? Let us know down in the comments below what you think. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new around here. Check out another one of our videos on your screen there. Support us on Patreon if you are pretty awesome. We'll see you again in the next video. Until then, bye for now.